Now, a question often asked about SDN and OpenFlow is this actually real? Are there any implementations of software-defined networking or OpenFlow in the real world? One of the earliest examples of SDN and OpenFlow can be found at Google. Google started deploying OpenFlow in their networks in 2010. Now, at the time of this recording, that is over 5 years ago. So SDN and OpenFlow have been around for quite a while. I recommend that if you're interested in seeing examples of SDN and OpenFlow, have a look at the Open Networking Summit videos on YouTube. This first example, which I've explained, is OpenFlow at Google. And the video explains how Google had problems with their existing infrastructure and then deployed their own switches running OpenFlow and other protocols to scale. In this presentation, from 2012, Google's infrastructure is explained, and Urs in this video explains how Google have got to 100% network utilization in their network. He further explains why they used OpenFlow in their core network. One of the reasons given is that networking costs do not go down as Google scaled their network. This is in contrast to compute and storage. When running a data center at scale, Google expects massive savings compared to a small implementation. This was happening to compute and storage, but not to networking. The cost of networking stayed linear or increased, which was very different to servers and storage, where the per-device cost went down as the implementation was scaled. In networking, it was hard for Google to save money, even when there were large implementations. So by implementing OpenFlow and SDN, Google were able to manage many networking devices as a single unit rather than lots of individual networking devices. Now, there are updates to the Google presentation. Here's one from 2015, which provides a lot more detail. There's also a presentation from 2014. I strongly recommend that you watch this video, the 2015 keynote presentation about Google's implementation. It explains the reason why and the advantages of implementing OpenFlow and SDN in Google's network. Google have also released more detailed information where they pull back the curtain on Google's network infrastructure. So a lot of detail is provided on how Google have implemented their network and can manage multiple devices using OpenFlow and SDN. The history is provided of different Google implementations, as well as detailed white paper information explaining scaling, network devices, protocols used, and so forth. If you're interested in the details, have a look at these documents. Otherwise, simply watch this presentation from the Open Networking Summit.